Well, fantastic. I'll always love that introduction. Rob Soward and Chris Sayer here at the Country Oval at Longford today, bringing you third-placed Longford versus fifth-placed Northern Bombers. Chris, welcome on a sunny but cool winter's day.
Yes, and because we're in the shade here, so we're not in the sun, but the sun is shining, but it's a little bit of a breezy, coolish day. It's 12 degrees currently in Longford. We're going from a maximum of 11 degrees to the Bureau, so we've got a bonus degree, Rob.
We have, although on the in the concrete grandstand here it's probably only 4. But the sun's shining in front of us, Chris. We've been here, we've called the women's game, you did say, and we've both been down at ground level. It's a bit sticky underfoot, and no surprise after over 70 mil of rain this week.
Well, that was at my place. I don't know about the rest of Tasmania, but in my backyard, 70 mil since Tuesday. Wow.
Yeah.
So the ground, there's no puddles of water on the ground, but it is sticky and soft underneath, except right in the middle of the ground where the umpires they're warming up. There's a sort of a artificial turf cricket pitch. So that's about the only place on the ground that's not soft underfoot.
Yeah, look, and considering that rain, I mean, I'm with Chris, where I live in northern Tasmania. I reckon we've had a similar amount of rain. They may have had a little bit more out here, but you can see the ground is a bit chopped up, but certainly not as bad as one might have expected. So for these two sides, you know, it's a tale of two cities, as the old story goes. So Longford, NTFA premiers about 3 years ago. The Tigers broke that drought, have stepped up into this new competition and acquitted themselves well. Went down narrowly, Chris. I know you were there last week at Youngtown to the second place South Launceston side. North Launceston, we know big changes afoot there. I think there's only a couple of familiar names in this current squad out of the sides we called for many years.
Of course, there's one big out from last week, Dane Swan. So I wonder if they'll miss him.
But I reckon he'd leave a bit of a hole in the side. I mean, he's a pretty credentialed player, Swanee, and certainly lent his efforts to the Bombers last week. And from what I hear, Chris, in talking around Launceston to some different people, North Launceston's approach of bringing players in like Swan, like Cochin, like Ellis, like McIntosh, has been to expose their young players to that level of play, and there's a really positive feeling around it.
It must be a benefit to those young players to be on the same team as these AFL icons.
Absolutely, and from what I'm hearing around the traps, you know, the fact that they've got these players that are, you know, big names in the game, are bringing that to the table. And I mean, what a better way to learn when you're a young guy than to have people like Swanee and Koch in your dressing room when you've got, you know, Brownlow medals and premierships and all those sorts of things in your resume. From a Longford perspective...
Yeah, from a Longford perspective, I mentioned Tony Aganis, of course, used to play for North.
He did, so a big inclusion for them. The biggest inclusion for Longford for mine this season is Isaac Thompson. I mean, he's an absolute star of the competition, NTFA rep player, was a big loss to the Hillwood Sharks, and he's come here and just stamped his authority on the competition at this higher level. And he's been terrific and certainly a player to watch today. But the Tigers, for mine, Chris, are a bit of a sleeping giant. There's not much between them and South. We know Launceston's well out in front of the pack. So Coach Casey Curtis would be delighted with the way the Tigers have been building this season as they make another tilt at it. And when you look through their side, Ethan Hubbard played some good football at North Launceston, for instance. So they've got guys that have played at that higher level and played well. But on paper today, certainly it looks like North Launceston will have a bit of a job in front of them. But being young, being tenacious, it counts a lot these days in sport.
So Alan O'Sullivan, I want to see some learnings from the game, from his young players, won't he?
Yeah, he will. Again, the last time they met, it was pretty comfortably the Tigers. But I know they've been getting better each week, North. Not necessarily on the scoreboard, but in terms of what they've been doing. So I'm sure that today will be no different. And in good hands with Coach Alan O'Sullivan, again, one of the most highly credentialed Northern footballers in recent times. Obviously, a Georgetown junior came to North and played in some premierships in some very, very good sides there, stepping into the coaching role with the Bombers and doing a good job in a season of massive change for them. I think looking through that list Chris, Lockie Mitchell, Fletcher Bennett, Jacob Kerr. There's 3 I can think of. And you've got daylight pretty much after that of those great undefeated sides from the last couple of years. Yeah. And as you did mention, Tony Aganis, who's stepped over here now playing for the Tigers.
He's a big guy, isn't he? He's about to take the centre bounce there, and he's a big guy.
He is, and it gives them some licence. I mean, Michael Larby is a guy that always impresses me.
He played well last week.
He did. Larby won a medal in the Reserves Grand Final a couple of years ago, the year that Longford actually won it. He's a senior player, but had a serious injury that year. Came back into the reserves. We're underway here at the moment. The Country Oval. Ball bursts out of the middle there, and that's Jacob Kerr playing up the ground. Got the headgear on. Ball bouncing. First inside 50 for the Bombers. Tigers steady. Take it away. Thompson heads it forward through the hands. Umpires picked out a free kick there that looked like a chop of the arms. And that will be a Longford ball.
Can't quite see who it is, Rob. But
ball back into the middle there, and Tigers have got runners everywhere. Away they go. Aganis through the hands. Quickly kicked forward there. It was Dakin. Bombers hold up well across half back. Nice little chip back through the middle there, and that's Joshua Bosveld. Gives it off quickly. Bombers looking to run the footy. That was dangerous and didn't pay off. Tigers hold it up. Lots of bodies around the footy here at the moment, early stages. Taken away there, headed goalwards, and that's a beautiful kick.
That was Joshua Gray kick that.
He's hit him up on the lead. And he's looking to move that on quickly there. I think that's Oliver Chugg. And he's picked a teammate out there in a better position. Oliver Chugg. Beautiful lead there, and as you called it, Chris Gray hit him up on the lead.
And that's Ethan Hubbard, isn't it?
Ethan Hubbard, we mentioned him earlier. Ethan Hubbard.
Yes, it is.
Former North Launceston player, been out here for a couple of seasons at the Tigers. Holding himself well, the young player. And he'll have the first shot on goal today to give Longford the lead. Hubbard moves in, strikes it nicely. Absolutely no drama at all. Goal umpire only moves a fraction. And Ethan Hubbard gets on the board, moving the Tigers on the 1-goal straight 6. North Launceston yet to score. So just to start, they wanted the Tigers, Chris.
Yes, it was, and it was a nice movement too, and a nice kick from just off 50, just inside 50 from Ethan Hubbard to get Longford and the game's first goal. Yeah, they like I said, they've been a bit of a quiet achiever. I think all the attention's probably been on Launceston this season, given. They've been the dominant side. There's been a lot of talk about North, obviously, with the changes there. But Longford have been going about things just quietly and building nicely. Aganis, hand on it, gets over it now. Tries to butter up. Kerr tackled, gets rid of it. Good strength from Jacob Kerr, the boy from Winnaleah. Kicks to open space. Hot footy. Good pressure there from the Tigers defender. Umpire will say that will be mine. So good pressure around the footy early. That was... number 22, Connor Pearton. Had a bit of footy in his time, has Connor. Ball out of bounds just in front of us here. The Lasso free kick to Ethan Hubbard. Kicked that goal a moment ago. Goes back into Pearton. Pearton gives it off quickly to Donnellan. Dealt with as he got rid of it. I reckon that'll be a downfield free kick. I would have said Donnellan.
Donnellan. Tigers ball. Good Longford name here. Mark Donnellan played a bit of footy here.
Thank goodness you're here, right?
Fellas are my vintage, so I sort of know them a bit. Bombers work it out across half back. Kicked it back to traffic. That mightn't be the best option, and it's not. Mitchell Bennett in the long sleeves. Bennett moves it on quickly. Got players running at him. I reckon that's a holding penalty there, and it is.
It is.
Sort of got to disguise it a bit better if you're a defender. A bit of a jumper grab on player 39, Oliver Chugg. He's certainly a talent, this young fellow. Chugg moves in. You can hear that wind starting to get up a little bit here through our effects, Mike. Chugg moves in. The left foot, that ball will swing back beautifully. Shouldn't be any problems at all there. I think that one's carried all the way through. So that's a second goal on the board for the Tigers. They move on to 2 goals straight, 12 North Launceston yet to score. Chris, promising start from the men in black and yellow today.
Just got a word from the captain of the commentary team. He's home. He's home. He's not here, of course, but he's just arrived. He's probably got jet lag. I wonder if he will last the day, but he's welcome home, Dave.
Welcome home, Dave Moore. You've been missed, but it's been great. And I'm hoping that in coming weeks you share with the listeners some of the stories from your trip. Dave's just been walking around England, Chris. And when we say walking around England, he's been walking for 100 days.
That's right.
Not just a bit of a casual stroll around the backyard.
700 kilometres, if you don't mind. The ball's back in the middle for in this game here at Longford. And it's in dispute with the umpire's pulled a free kick out for North, has he? No, it's for Longford. And that's
Casey Brown.
Right. Kicks it up to Longford's half-forward flank on the far side of the ground. Thank goodness I bought my binoculars. It's number 6, I think, for Longford. Gets the kick out.
Thompson.
Down to Longford's forward pocket. A bit of a scramble. And it goes across the face of goal. No, just sneaks in for a point on the left-hand side. So a point to Longford. It's their second point. First point. 2 goals, 1-13 to no score. Ball comes out from full-back and North has marked it, but his short part is intercepted by a Longford player. That was, I think it was Ethan Hubbard.
And that's a strong mark taken there inside the forward 50. All Tigers at the moment. We're just waiting for him to turn around so we can see that number.
Number 3.
White numbers, James Hawes, I think that is. White numbers on that yellow sash, not working for us at the moment. But it looks like James Hawes moving in directly in front. He's about 35 metres out. Hawes, no problem at all. Goal umpire doesn't move. Hawes salutes, and they move on to their third goal of the game. So the Tigers just waiting for I love the little graphic on the scoreboard there, 3-1-19 to North Launceston yet to score, but they're just working a little bit harder and a little bit smarter at the moment, Chris, the Tigers, aren't they? And
yes,
finding some space in that forward line. 3 individual goal scorers so far, so a bit of work to do in that Bombers defence.
Yes, there is, and the North have a bit of work to do. You see how they go out of the centre for this ball up here. The umpire's back to up in there it goes. Oganis just not quite get the tap out for Longford. Ball's in dispute there in the middle. I reckon the umpire is going to blow his whistle. And he says, give it to me, I'll have another go. Back in the middle of the ground. Oganis the tap out again. He's doing well so far. That was deemed a throw from the Longford player. So North gets the free. Just outside the centre circle. Oh, nice intercept. It was for Dom Pitt, but was intercepted. But the ball spills free, comes down to North's half-forward flank, and the ball just lands on the ground, didn't bounce at all.
It didn't. We had something happen here in back play too that you probably didn't see. The umpire got tangled up with a North player who then actually the ball came straight to him.
Well,
Luck's a fortune there.
So the umpire's about to throw it up in North's forward pocket. And William Foon is in the midst of it all there. He's just getting grabbed with the ball. He's nothing pinged. Garnis tries to get boot the ball, just misses it. Dom Pitt's trying to get the ball out. I reckon the umpire is going to blow his whistle again.
So lots of bodies around the footy here at the moment, deep inside the North Launceston 50. Coach Casey Curtis in there setting him up. The Garnis just takes it out of there. That's a really dangerous spot to kick it. Yeah. But anyway, Longford, luck's a fortune for them. Doesn't quite come away. Kerr across the back for North. Quick kick forward there. That was Nicholas. Open space. Taken there by Foon. He's been good early, William Foon. But a little grubber kick picked up across the half-back line. Curtis steadies. Bombs it back towards the middle. Sits, goes okay. Does Hawes. Gives it off by hand. Brown taps it forward. North come away with it.
That was Bennett.
Fletcher Bennett for North. Through the hands. Back to Foon. Gets it back. Does Pitt. Sends it goalwards.
Oh, nice mark.
Strong mark taken there. across the half-back line. They're a little bit...
that was Connor Alexander, I think.
A little bit at sea, yeah. A little bit at sea their defence. Good strong mark from Connor Alexander, as you called, Chris. A little bit at sea there, Longford in setting up on that occasion. So gave the Bombers a little bit of a sniff. Boundary throw-in.
From North's forward pocket. Aganis again gets the tap out. The ball's doesn't go to anyone in particular. They're trying to pick it up. Just seems like the ball's heavy already. But Longford defender gets the kick out, goes up to North's half forward flank. Nice handball, series of handballs from Longford, and they come around the far side with a mark on the far side of the ground, which I can't see who. And that's a nice mark there. It's a Casey Brown. He plays on immediately, goes down to, I think it's William Dakin, and he goes into North's centre half forward area. The umpires pulled a free kick to go into North Launceston. Not quite sure why, holding the ball or dropping the ball. I think it's the general, that's Fletcher Bennett. With the free, he goes short up to the wing, doesn't find a clean mark. But Jacob Kerr has the ball, goes down the far side, down to North's half-forward flank, but the ball goes over the line. Is that a lasso?
Looks like it. Looks like the umpires picked out a lasso there, and it's going to be taken by the Tigers. So they're going to spread the ball across the ground. Players out open here. That was Joel Lloyd. Kicks back towards the middle looking for Thompson. Doesn't hit the target. Good pace there from Tavera. And he's picked a player out, and that's a really nice mark.
Elijah Mansell.
So good play there from the Bombers youngsters. Cooper Tavera held his head, and that kick didn't hit Isaac Thompson as it should have done.
And it started from Fletcher Bennett on the half-back line.
It did. Fletcher Bennett, one of the leaders of this North Launceston team, and he's given his teammate at the other end, Elijah Mansell, a shot on goal. Mansell straight in front. Shouldn't have too many problems. And he's on the board. So, good reward for effort there from North Launceston. And again, started from Fletcher Bennett, and a miscued kick going back through the middle is they've made Longford pay. So, Elijah Mansell on the board, Bombers on the board, 1 goal straight, 6 trailing Longford 3-1-19. Chris, I get the feeling in terms of what both sides will want of this from North Launceston's viewpoint. They'll want a scrambly game because that'll work in their favour a bit, that endeavour of those young players, whereas you get the impression Longford will want it to be a more open style of a game where some of their highly credentialed players can shine through.
Yeah, Longford tend to be more fleet on foot, I think. They're more of a running side. Ball goes up in the middle. Aganis again gets the tap out and ball's in dispute again, and the umpire says, I want it.
Be interesting to see if they have a run with roll with Thompson here, given how important he is. You can see him being blocked off the footy now. So, obviously, Coach O'Sine onto that one as you'd expect him to be, because Thompson's a guy that can just cut sides to pieces.
Yeah. We're going to see a lot of ball-ups in this game. I think Aganis gets the tap out. But it's still in the middle of the ground with no clear winner. There's a lot of bodies all over the place. The umpires picked a free to North, but instead of taking a kick, he plays on immediately with a handball. Don Pitt is in there trying to pick the ball up. It's right over the far side of the ground now, sort of in the wing. Is that a lasso free? Yes, it is. So it's a Longford free kick. Far side of the ground on the centre wing position.
I'm just watching the boundary umpire here on this near side, Chris. He almost disappeared into a little divot over there. It's pretty sticky underfoot, as you said. No surface water, but it's sticky underfoot.
You'd want stops on your boots today, that's for sure.
You'd probably want the long stops in. Anyway, comes out to the open side. Ball moved out here. Number 2, he's not on our sheet.
Not on our sheet, no.
Ball moves on quickly, though. That's number 16, Jet Maloney. Like a jet.
Was that in or out?
No, that's out. Player number 17 there, Jack Donnellan, arguing his case with the umpire. You're not going to win that one, Jack, because that was over the boundary line. So relieving free kick here to the Bombers.
That was Zach Martin.
Pardon me. Ball around the boundary line. Back to Donnellan, though. Can he make amends this time, the left footer? Sends it home. Bombers well set up there. In defence. Ball comes out. North again. Well done. Just doing a little bit better across that half forward line, half back line at the moment for them. That's Dom Pitt. He's been busy early.
Yes, we've called him a lot, haven't we?
Ball comes back this way.
Jacob Kerr gets the ball punched away from him, but he still manages to recover. Picks up the ball off the ground, loses possession though. His handball didn't go anywhere, and ball's being held up. Although that was a kick out of the pack from somewhere.
Pretty scrambly, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's that number 2 again. Let's find out who that is, because he's getting a bit of the ball.
I might go down at quarter time and see if I can find out who number 2 is. He's not on our team sheet.
But Oliver Chugg has the free kick right in the pocket, right on the boundary line. In his bright pink boots.
Not on the good side for the left footer.
He tries the reverse punt.
I tell you what.
I think he's done
I
it.
tell you what. He's kicked the goal.
Wow.
It reminded me of those trick shots you see in the 8-ball movies, that one. Yeah, he just worked the angles, didn't he?
That was Oliver Chugg's second goal for the game. It takes Longford on to 4-1-25 to North Launceston solitary goal, 6 behinds.
That's a heck of a goal from Chugg. Again, Chris and I don't get any say in goals of the week, but you'd like to think that makes it through to the list. He just stood on the boundary line and no daylight, and away we go.
Yeah, it was a good kick.
It was a very good kick. We've played 15 minutes and 50 seconds here at the Country Oval. Rob Soward, Chris Sayer, 4-1-25 Longford. North Launceston 1 goal, straight 6, and the Tigers take it away again through the agency of Curtis. Out to open space. Ball sits, going to be okay. Tigers, another opportunity to get inside 50. Good chase down tackle, but just didn't quite get him in enough time. Larby sends it back towards the middle. 1-2, bites of the cherry.
That's Ethan Hubbard.
And that's Hubbard again. Kicked the first goal of the game, Hubbard. He talked about his former career at North Launceston as a young player. Made his senior debut in those very good Northern Bombers TSL sides, and then been plying his trade out here with the Tigers for a couple of years. Ethan moves in. Going to kick this from about 45 metres when he lets it go. Heads out to his right. I don't think that'll work back. It's off hands.
Hit the post.
Hit the post and off hands. So behind there, 4-3-27 Longford. 1 goal straight. 6 North Launceston. Over to you, Chris.
Fletcher Bennett kicks the ball out from full back, and it's a nice mark there to Isaac Smedley for North. He's on North's halfback flank. He goes backwards just to keep possession. It's back to is that Zach Martin, I think. It's just there's a lot of short kicks. It's now in the hands of Cooper Trevera for North. North are keeping possession, but they're not making any ground. It comes out to there's Dom Pitt again. He gets a very quick kick out, doesn't really go anywhere. Picked up by a Longford player, gets dispossessed. Picked up by North player, who gets dispossessed. Jacob Kerr gets the ball, manages to get the ball away just in time before being pinged for holding. It's right on the boundary line, and the umpire picks a free to Joshua Gray for Longford. Kicks up toward the middle of the ground towards Tony Aganis, who's trying to wrestle the ball away from a whole heap of North Launceston players, and the umpire says, I will ball it up.
Pretty scratchy at the moment skills-wise here. You can see pretty slippery underfoot. Heavy ball already. We saw that in the earlier game. That doesn't connect with any ruckman. Longford get it out and move it on quickly. That's terrific. Great hands, Dylan Headland. Sends it goalwards. And a nice mark there in the pocket. Longford player looking for some options. Heads inboard. Looked like Chugg again.
Yes,
misses a target. It does sit though. Heads goalwards. Looked like Casey Brown, I think. Goal to the Tigers. They move on to 5-2-32. So just reward for effort there from Longford. Just continuing to force that pressure, and it resulted in, I'll say Casey Brown, we will check that one out, but I think that was Brown who kicked that goal.
He was either 3 or 13, so...
Yeah, it looked like Brown's build, so a little bit hard to see up there. The white numbers on the yellow sash, and as Chris called in the earlier game, we get a bit of mud on them, and it makes our task a little bit harder than we like.
Yes, I think I'll throw it down on the boundary line, Rob.
And a great job you do down there. And up here with us today, Chris is up here on the desk with us today. We've did say in the earlier game we've got Dave Moore overseas. Like if we were listing it in the paper, it'd be Dave Moore overseas, Matthew McGee unavailable.
Yeah.
David Gruber at the football.
We'll see if they get back into the side. So the ball comes down to the Longford full forward area. Nice pick up from Longford there. That doesn't quite get it.
Whoa, off the ground.
Off the ground. Just missed. Gee, that was close.
Matt Donaldson in the Melbourne cheer squad, I reckon, today. He'll be out there. Matt Donaldson, one of our co-commentators.
Yes, he will. Big Demon supporter. That was a mark coming out of fullbacks Casey Curtis, the coach for Longford. In the back pocket, goes out towards. He runs past the player he kicked it to, takes the hand pass, goes up the far side of the ground for Longford. And nice mark there. Longford are keeping possession. The foot skills are doing really well. Another kick right up now over the head of both players along Longford's half forward line. Longford player picks up, but he's tackled. Legally disposes the ball, gets the ball out to Longford's half forward line, and that was a shot there from.
I think it was Brown again, wasn't it? Casey Brown?
Yes, 13 it was. But it's a point, so it misses off to the side and it's behind to Longford.
Yeah, that wind whistling through our effects, Mike, Chris. It's starting to pick up, and it's a bit cool up here on the balcony at Longford today.
Yes, it is. We're in the shade here. The sun behind the building. The ball's on the far side of the ground, right on the wing. North has possession from Don Pitt again. He plays on and is disposed of the ball. Ball comes out to Longford on the far side now with, might be Headland. There on the far side of the ground, kicks it to that number 2, if you don't know who.
Yeah, we'll check him out at quarter time. The Longford bench have been terrific today, helping us out with those numbers that aren't listed.
And I think it's a 50-metre penalty to Josh Gray. Didn't see what for.
No, not sure. Bit of back chat possibly, not sure.
But he's right up just about a 45-degree angle, right on the edge of the goal square, so it's quite close, and he comes up to kick for goal. The umpire doesn't move, and it's another goal to Longford. Didn't quite... Was that...
I didn't see who that was.
No.
I'll have to check that one at quarter time. So we're moving to 6-3-39. Longford, North Launceston 1-1-7. All Tigers at the moment. So it'll be very interesting to see how North adjusts for this. There's no question about their endeavour and their intent, but the Tigers class just shining through at the moment. Ball back in the middle. 22 minutes 45 gone in this first term here at Longford. Rob Sowden, Chris So bring you all the action. Ball goes up. First hand on there to the Tigers. Bombers looking to clear it away. Ball just held up in the middle. There'll be a secondary ball up, you'd think. That probably blows the whistle.
Score check, Launceston 58 points, Deloraine 6. And Scottsdale 2 points to South Launceston 28.
So games going as expected in those other fixtures, and this one probably heading that same way. The top 3 sides playing the bottom 3 sides, or in this case 3rd versus 5th. Deloraine in 4th at the moment. But, all Longford so far today. Ball still sitting inside their 50. Opportunity here. Doesn't quite sit for them. Good work from North through the hands there. Shot on goal. It's gone high, wide, and not too handsome. It's headed almost out on the Cressy Road there. G'day, Alan. Alan O'Sign walking past us. Good to see you. North Launceston Brains Trust with him. So go in and get ready for quarter time. Nice mark taken there. Casey Brown, he's had a good first quarter, gives it off quickly. Curtis heads it inside 50, long ball. Good defence, North Launceston, well done. Little dribbler there, and it's hit the player and the post. So danger avoided. They move on to 6-5-41. Longford, North Launceston 1-1-7.
Ball goes out to from full back to North's half forward line. Stacks on the mill, and I reckon the umpire will blow his whistle and come and restart play. It's off far side of the ground with 24, nearly 25 minutes into the quarter, so not far to go in this first quarter. Another disputed ball, and the umpire wants to toss it up in the air again, which he does. That's picked up there by Badcock for North. Moves it up to the far wing, but it's intercepted by Longford, and comes back in towards the middle with a lot of players scrambling around the ball with, I think that's Cam Nicholas trying to get the ball. He's pinged for holding it, so he gives away the free, and then the kick goes to
Connor Peart in that one.
Peart
to Thompson. Thompson gives it off. Murphy bangs it long. Another inside 50 for the Tigers. Hubbard shakes and bakes, goes back inboard. Opportunity here. Player number 2 that's plaguing us. He's gone wide. He's found the mark deep in the pocket. We'll find who out who he is. But like I said, it just kills us.
I wonder if he meant to do that, because it was a great pass to the pocket.
I think he'd be saying that's what he was trying to do, but I actually think he was having a shot on goal.
I think he was too.
But anyway, he's got a teammate there in the pocket. Chris has got the binoculars on him, can't see his number. He comes back inboard because he's had no daylight to work with at all. And I think that's William Dakin.
It is.
Dakin. He's certainly had no trouble with the trip.
So he's increased decrease the angle, so it's about 45 degrees, about 20 metres out. There's the siren, so see how Dakin goes. He's kicking after the siren. The umpire doesn't even make the distance.
So we'll head in.
Yes.
Head in at quarter time, 6-5-41 to 1-1-7. Quickly run through before we go to a break. So goal scorers, we've got 2 for Oliver Chugg, 2 for James Hawes, 1 for Ethan Hubbard, 1 for Casey Brown. For North Launceston, Elias Mansell, their only goal scorer. We'll take a quick break. I'll race down and find out who player number 2 is for us, Chris.
Okay.
And we'll be back shortly.
Okay, see you soon.
On the lead, and you're looking to move that on quickly there. I think that's Oliver Chugg, and he's picked a teammate out there in a bit of the lead. Hubbard moves in, strikes it nicely. Absolutely no drama at all. Goal umpire only moves a fraction, and Ethan Hubbard leaves. Bennett moves it on quickly. Got players running at him. I reckon that's a holding penalty there, and it is.
It is.
The left foot, that ball will swing back beautifully. Shouldn't be any problems at all there. I think that one's carried all the way through.
A Longford player. That was, I think it was Ethan Hubbard.
And that's a strong mark taken there inside the forward 50. James Hawes moving in directly in front. He's about 35 metres out. Hawes, no problem at all. Goal umpire doesn't move. Hawes still looking for Thompson. Doesn't hit the target. Good pace there from Tavera. And he's picked a player out. And that's a really nice shot on goal. Mansell straight in front. Shouldn't have too many problems. And he's on the board. So, good reward for effort. Pretty scrambly, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's that number 2 again. Let's find out who that is, because he's going to
for the left footer.
He tries the reverse punt.
I tell you what.
I think he's done
I
it.
tell you what. He's kicked the goal.
Wow.
Longford player looking for some options. Heads inboard. Look like Chugg again.
Yes, I think it
misses
was.
a target. It does sit though. Heads goalwards. Look like Casey Brown, I think. Goal to the tie.
45-degree angle right on the edge of the goal square, so it's quite close, and he comes up to kick for goal. The umpire doesn't move, and it's another goal to Longford. And here at Longford, it's Longford with a 41-7 lead at quarter time. Launceston Seniors are 64 points to Deloraine 6, and the other game, South Launceston 28 to Scottsdale 2 points. And it's a glorious day here at Longford. That AFL scoreline, Melbourne, 112 to 21 or something. Is that still the same game? That's Mr. Donaldson will be happy. Mr. Gruber will not be. So that's an amazing scoreline. It's Chris Say and Rob Soward here at the Longford ground with the quarter time huddles in the middle of the ground there. Rob's put on his MND 12 beanie. It's a bit chilly.
It certainly is when you haven't got much hair on top of your head, Chris. It's certainly chilled off with that breeze getting up, hasn't it?
I don't know if you heard that scoreline. Melbourne 112 to 21.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
don't think too many people would have picked that, would they?
There'd be a mass exodus of Hawthorn supporters coming out of York Park at the moment.
That's a heck of a win, and I did see, Chris, one which is a little bit of a surprise. GWS are a couple of goals up on Fremantle so far today. Too.
Well, early days there yet. Early days here as well. So Longford have a quite a good lead, but North have tried valiantly. I thought Don Pitts had a really good quarter in that quarter. They'd be a bit further behind if it wasn't for him. I think O'Garnis is going well in the ruck. Fletcher Bennett, of course, is the general up back in defence.
Yeah, look, it's again, it's a developing North Launceston side, and there's certainly some good signs there. Their pressure and their intent is something that would make Coach Alan O'Sine really happy. But from a Longford perspective, too many options when they're going forward. I mean, we've got a couple of goal scorers there as well. We tracked down number 2, Caden Tootle, Chris.
Right.
And thank you to the Longford supporters who helped us out there. Caden's been called up today for Michael Larby, who was a late out, and a big out too. Larby, very talented player for them.
Like I said, played well last week too, up at South.
Yeah, he's a really important player. So I'm not sure what happened to Larbs, but hopefully he's okay. But Tootle, certainly, get called up and you throw your name in front of the selectors for next week. He's been busy so far. So huddle's breaking up at the moment. Players heading off the ground. Bit sticky underfoot. I'm glad we're not out there in our sand shoes. It's a little bit slippery underfoot there at the moment. Starting to get chopped up with the traffic on today and all that rain we've had during the week. And that wind, as we said, is very, very keen at the moment.
It's a lazy wind, isn't it?
It is a lazy wind. It does get a bit cool out here. We've got the beautiful panorama out there in front of us with the tiers. And I reckon there's probably some snow up there somewhere. I did hear the other day, Chris, a friend of mine was up at Lyweenie -9, so fairly cool up there, you'd expect.
It is a bit chilly. So we're about to restart play here in the second quarter with the score 6-5-41 to 117 in Longford's favour. O'Garnis gets the tap out from the middle, but North Launceston picks up the crumbs and comes out to scrambling play there. I think North, that's Jacob Kerr giving the ball out to Tyler Gardner. Goes up towards North's centre forward, but Longford intercepts.
Chopped off across half back there. Longford switch play. Comes out Kobe Moore. Looking what's ahead of him. Moore goes short and actually picks out the North Launceston player that dropped into the hole.
That's Zach Martin.
changes position, changes the angle, I should say. Heads back inside. Dom Pitt, probably North's best so far. He's got something hanging off his hand there. I reckon that's his strapping. Pitt picks out number 24, Blake Payne. Payne doesn't have a whole lot in front of him, so he kicks to a contest. And nice strong mark taken up there in defence for the Tigers. They'll change the angle again and come out to this side. In front of us, away they go, Headland, onto that trusty left boot. Got players working here from in front of him. That's Josh Gray, veteran here at the Tigers. Gray goes short. Number 12, not Matthew Richardson, but William Dakin. Another good Longford name. Dakin, got a player on the lead and strong mark taken there by Hawes, who's been busy so far. Gives it off. Does Hawes to Lachlan Dakin. Dakin heads inside. Player held. Umpire says play on. Bombers clear it out.
It's Harper Sheehan.
Players slip at a crucial time. Sheehan comes back towards us here.
That's Zach Martin again.
He's got Zach Martin again. I always think of the Dallas Cowboys, Zach Martin, one of their Hall of Famers. Ball goes through the hands. Pitt.
Pitt again.
Yeah, he's playing well. His Dom Pitt goes back inboard. Got a whole field in front of him. Has Leighton Davey. Davey comes back out to Zach Martin. He's been busy for him, Chris.
He has. We are Dylan Headland on the mark. Umpire calls play on. Goes up towards the wing. Ball lands on the ground. No mark taken. Longford there. Gets tackled just before he gets the kick. Headland gets the handball out. Comes down to a nice mark at full forward there for when I find out.
He turns around and shows us his number.
Yes. I think it's 19, yes. So, there's no 19.
He's not on our sheet either.
Doesn't help much, does it? But anyway, purple boots. We'll call him purple boots. He's right dead in front. And the umpire goes off to the right, and it's a point. So Longford goes to 642 to 117, and Fletcher Bennett. The ball's come out while I've been looking at the score. Ball's come out. Fletcher Bennett's up in the pocket. Comes backwards to
Zach Martin, I think that is.
Yeah, back in the opposition's goal square. He goes back out to the far side of the ground where the ball came from. Fletcher Bennett's in there. And the umpire calls that he wants to restart play. On the far side of the ground, North's half-forward flank.
North's picked out a free kick there. That's going to be Longford way. I'll come back to what North Launceston just did then. Move it on quickly. Heads into the goal square. Players jumping. Lots of players at the back. Will it set? Yes. And it does. And that's another one of the Tigers. That's a really nice piece of play there where he's just read the ball off hands.
I think it was Josh Gray.
Yeah, he just ran to the right spot, Gray. He just read the ball off hands. He's got his second of the day. But where North got into trouble, Chris, in that particular instance, and you'll notice, we'll compare the two sides. Longford changed the angle of the play, shifting the ball out across the ground. On that instance, North kept going back to where the ball had come from. Longford had the outnumber, and then that led to the mistake and the goal. So, all about learning for the young players, and they're doing a good job with their endeavour. But just those little skill errors come back to haunt you when you're playing a side like Longford.
So the ball goes up the middle. Longford come out with it. Lovely tap down from Aganis. And the ball comes down right in front of us here at Longford's half-forward flank. That was Josh Gray kicking the ball down to the pocket. It ball's in the ground. Fletcher Bennett's in there trying to get the ball out. The umpire says, no, I'll have it.
No, it's made a free kick, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a high tackle.
Bit of over-enthusiasm there. It's certainly... Again, can't question the endeavour, but clattered into him high.
That's Oliver Chugg. And he's kicked the goal, I think.
Yep, no mistake there.
Yes, kicked it around the corner, and that was Oliver Chugg. That's his third goal.
Yep, third goal for Oliver Chugg. And again, just that over-exuberance, a factor in that occasion for North. Certainly doing everything right. Certainly want to get in and spoil the ball. And you can see Fletcher Bennett just talking to those younger players there. I mean, what a great player to have back there doing that. The general, as you call him, Chris, I always call him the teacher because he marks everything. So he's a teacher too, Fletch.
Is he?
So he's been very fortunate. He's come through at a time where they've been dominant, and now he's taking on that teaching role with the young players. Ball back in the middle. Longford trying to keep it forward. North got the numbers around the footy. Doesn't quite sit for them though. Tigers in there now, getting the numbers around it themselves. Be interested to see if North can maintain that pressure around the football as the game goes on. The young, inexperienced players, certainly lots of energy, which is terrific. Ball comes off hands. Dom Pitt again, as I said, probably North's best so far. Gives it, gets it back. Isaac Smedley pumps it forward. Strong mark taken across half back there by Denellen. Moves it on quickly out to the far side. Doesn't hit a target though. It was good for Thompson. Off hands. Code forward. Typical wet weather footy there. Again, they're not hitting their targets at the moment, the Tigers. I know Coach Casey Curtis won't be too pleased about that. They've turned it over. North looking for an option. It's Martin. He's been one of their best as well, along with Pitt. Called him a few times. Longford trying to get it forward. So even though it's not Longford's best footy, they'll obviously be pleased to be opening up the lead they have, but these mistakes get found out against the Launcestons and the South Launcestons, that's for sure. Player slips as he kicks it.
It's a good kick though, wasn't it?
It was a terrific kick. It's taken by Longford inside 50. Long ball out, ball to open space, foot races on in front of us. It'll be good, be right in front of our commentary position. Towed forward there, good pressure. Comes away with it, that was Lockie Dakin. Dakin back in board there, nice mark taken on that occasion. That was Jet Maloney. Maloney's got players working for him in front of him. Dakin's telling him to go out the side, which he does to Hawes. Dakin wants it now. Ball goes back inboard. Dakin will get himself into this contest, and he does. Clever hands, Lachlan Dakin gives it off to Mitchell Bennett. Bennett to open space. Lots of Bombers jumpers around it.
I think it was in the back, wasn't it?
Yeah, just clumsy that occasion, Chris.
Yeah, that was a bit. So it's a free kick to
number 29, who
Charlie
is Charlie Taylor.
Hawthorn are on the comeback. They're only 78 points down now. So this is...
what stage of the game are they at?
In the third quarter.
Third quarter?
Yeah.
Crikey, Melbourne must be having a day out.
So Taylor shot at goal. It's a good kick, and just touched on the line. So just touched over. No, it was on the other side of the line. Must have been close.
Yeah. We don't have the arc or any of the technology here today, do we?
Charlie Taylor's first goal.
Taylor's on the board. The little graphic on the scoreboard working for us beautifully. And the Tigers move on to 10-6, 66 North Launceston 1-1-7. 9 minutes gone in the second term here. Rob Soward, Chris Sayer coming to you from sunny Longford, sunny but cool Longford. That breeze getting up.
And the other game, the Giants are 60 to Fremantle 51.
So that'll be interesting. They've set the Purple Haze a bit of a challenge there. They've been fantastic this season, haven't they, the Dockers?
That's in the third quarter too.
Plenty of time. Both sides, plenty of time here for both sides, but a big hill to climb for North. They'll take it out of the middle. That's Pitt, wins that clearance, but only as far as Thompson. Thompson heads out wide. Good mark taken there by Dakin. He's working hard, Lockie Dakin this turn. Ball comes back inboard. Another opportunity inside 50. Runners everywhere here. Dakin throws it onto the boot. Sends it goalwards. All North at the back though. They've got time, good pressure there. Umpires picked out a free kick.
Yeah, in the back.
Plays advantage. He's basically kicked it to the opposition.
That was a perfect pass.
It was a perfect pass, just to the wrong team.
Gee.
So Josh Gray would be absolutely rubbing his hands together with that intercept pass. So Gray directly in front. Josh Gray moves in. You wouldn't think he'd miss from here, Chris. And he
does.
And he doesn't. No, Just snuck it in. I tell you what.
Must have been close.
I tell you what, he's made us work. Again, just from that passage of play, he could not have kicked it better to him, could he, that North Launceston player?
I bet he regrets playing on. He should have gone back to take his kick.
He should have done. So he rushed it, turned it over, and Gray just snuck it in for a goal. So that's his third for the day. Josh Gray, number 1. And moving on 11-6-72 Longford, North Launceston 1-1-7.
The Longford runner just in front of us there is Doug Headland. Played many games for South. And an icon of South Lonnie Footy Club. Doug Headland is the runner for Longford.
Very highly credentialed player back in the day, Doug, and now here with his son Dylan. Dylan, very young player, very highly credentialed too, coaching the reserves team to a couple of premierships in years past.
Right, so it's a free kick to Lockie Mitchell for North, coming out of the middle, but he kicks it straight to Longford. Comes back to Lockie Dakin, Longford's centre half back position. Keeps possession by passing to a teammate, another pass to a teammate, but Jack bounces just in front of him. That was, I think it was Lockie Dakin. So the ball's coming down now to Kobe Moore. Goes back into the centre. Longford just keeping possession. Josh Gray's in the middle of the ground now. Another little short pass to long sleeves. I think it was Joel Lloyd.
Garnis drops what he should have taken. Ball comes back towards the middle. Good strong mark there. Tigers, like a training drill, how they're moving it on this occasion. Players, again, just doesn't hit the leading player there. You can see Oliver Chugg holding his hands up, and that found a North Launceston player. So Bombers move it out in front of us here. Leighton Davey steadies, goes back. He's found Harper Sheehan, young player, and he's that chopped out. It's a strong mark taken there by Curtis. Gives it off quickly. Opportunity here again for the Tigers. He set that up. He set him a task. But well done on that occasion, and a strong mark taken there by Charlie Taylor. Kicked the last goal. Taylor goes back towards the middle, off hands. Bombers have got the numbers. Kerr turned over. Murfitt in the headgear, bounces through the arms. Lots of Bombers at the back, should come away with it. Bennett gives it off to his teammate in Spears. Pumps it out. Petone Aganis, well set up. Just inside 50. Aganis points, looks, gives it off. Murfitt loads it up. Short pass, doesn't hit a target. Scratchy play there. Needed to do better. Chugg gives it off. Dakin gives it off. Thompson found a player. They just worked it around, Chris, until they found James Hawes all alone inside 50.
Poor defence, really, from North, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And good skill. Again, it's a wet day. That's a heavy ball. And there were about 7 or 8 hand passes or short passes that they strung together to give them this opportunity at a shot at goal. Hawes moves in, strikes it nicely, but it's going to be... Oh, I thought that was offline.
No, I think it's a goal.
Snuck it in. Great work, James Hawes. He's got his second of the day. And the Longford scoreboard doing its thing over there at the moment. Umpire says goal. I love it. I just love that scoreboard. Pfeiffer Cranes. The sponsor, 11-6-72, North Launceston 1-1-7. So certainly some damage being inflicted. And just something I want to highlight there, Chris, for our viewers and our listeners. The work of Isaac Thompson and the work of Lachlan Dakin this quarter, outstanding around the footy, doing lots of clever creating for their forward teammates.
We'll have to come up with a 3-2-1 at the end of the game, Rob, I reckon.
It's be a bit of a task at the moment. It's pretty even. Tigers take it away through the hands. Moore just pumps it long. Opportunity there on the lead.
So Taylor again.
Very strong mark from Taylor. Heads inboard. Players run into one another.
Yeah, it's slippery ground too. So that was Harrison Sharon kicking it out of defence.
Ball hand pass back inboard to a dangerous position there. Tigers surrounded by Bombers. Umpire says that's mine. We've kicked over 15 minutes here at the Country Oval at Longford. Rob Soward, Chris Sayer. All Longford at the moment, 65-point lead.
On City Park Radio.
City Park Radio, that's right. Opportunity here inside 50. Diving mark.
No.
Just missed the target. Boundary line will probably win out here, I reckon. And it does.
So it's in Longford's forward pocket with a boundary throw in. And the ball comes over the head of the boundary umpire. It comes into play, hits the ground with no decisive winner. Longford are just trying to get it into a player who's nice, clear, but still scrambling, and the umpire wants to restart play.
It's been all Tigers this term. 6 goals in the first, 5 in the second. So 5-1 this quarter to Longford. So certainly making the most of their opportunities. Ball bobbling around in a dangerous spot. The Bombers trying to clear it. Longford with the numbers should come away with it. Just need to be clever with their use of it here. They just bang it in. Lots of Bombers around it. Fletcher Bennett leading the charge. Umpire will say that's mine, I reckon. It's an All Blacks rolling maul there. So it's going to chop the ground up. You can see it's starting to be more brown than green at the moment after that rain we've had this week. Rucks fly high.
That was Don Pitt.
Pitt just puts that one up in the air. Hopes for the best, taken away by Headland through the hands. Dakin can't control it. Has another go, gives it off this time. Teammate caught, that'll be holding the ball, I reckon. That's our man Kate Tootle. Pitt tries to make that look like a free kick, but Tootle stands his ground. Goes backwards. Go and set up through the agency of Martin. Zach Martin. Like I said, I always think of the Dallas Cowboys offensive tackle. Pitt back to Martin, racking up the numbers, the boys, with the little chips around half back. Changes the angle, doesn't hit the target. Oh, this could be dangerous. Or just a timely boot forward there. He had a player ready to pounce. And it's deep in that other forward pocket, just ticking over 18 minutes here. Umpire's found a free kick. Can't see the number, Chris, on that one. He's got mud right across the middle of his back. Trouble with these white numbers. The yellow sash, it's hard enough, and then they get a bit of this Longford dirt on them, and makes it very, very difficult to see. We'll kick this from around about 45 metres out. Nice trusty left boot. And a goal to the Tigers. Chris will just keep an eye on that one and give me a number when he turns around. A lot of Longford mud on that Tigers jumper.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
6 goals for the term for the Tigers. They kill you when they don't turn around, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's... Oh, come on. So he's going down to the full forward position, whoever is full forward for Longford at the moment. Is it 16? 19. Is it 19? But it is all mud. So,
unless it's Mitchell Bennett, number 9. We don't have a 19.
Okay, so it could be Mitchell Bennett.
We'll give it to Mitch Bennett, and if it's not him, he'll be happy with the extra goal we've given him. Ball back in the middle, Chris Sayer. 39. Oliver Chugg, sorry, that's his 4th.
Our cameraman is joining us on the team here, thank you.
Thanks, Ned. Good spot. It's young eyes. Tigers bring it back. Another opportunity here going for Dakins. Nice foot pass. Picked his teammate out there in Gray. Gray goes inboard. Tries to find his teammate. Doesn't hit the target through William Dakin's hands. Bombers, opportunity here for the turnover. Martin can't quite control it, back through the middle. All Tigers. Not sure what you call them. What would you call them? Not a herd of Tigers.
A footy team of Tigers.
Yeah. Good collective one there, Chris. A footy team of Tigers. A den of Tigers. I'm not quite sure. Someone, I'm sure, will let us know. Ball goes up in the middle. Beautiful take off the hands there. Spiral old Torpy looking sort of a kick. Ball will stay in Willets. They're trying to keep it in the Tigers. All Bombers around it though. So
it's in the pocket for Longford, but North take the ball out handball and he misses it. So they lose possession. It's back in Longford's possession, and the ball's going to come down to the boundary line. Is it a lasso free? Yes, it is. So North have the free in their back pocket on the far side of the ground. He kicks it up, and there's a mark there too. Longford, is that?
I think it's Casey Brown.
Casey Brown, yes. He goes to short parts to
Chug.
And he goes for another short pass to
Thompson.
Charlie Thompson again. And he goes for the goals and he misses. He went to play on, didn't go back for his kick, and he missed for a point. Makes it 12-7, 79. Longford to North, 1 goal, 1-7. North come out from fullback, short kicked to Dom Pitt. Comes out to...
That was Denellen.
Across the half-forward line for Longford. Slowly making their way goalwards. But the umpire could have... Yeah, he's letting it go. Ball comes out to another point from... was that Gray? I didn't quite see who that was, but anyway, it was a point.
I think that might have been Mitchell Bennett, the man we gave that goal to before our man Hamed picked it up. Younger eyes. North bringing the ball back into play. Played 22 minutes and change at the moment. North Launceston, Fletcher Bennett needs someone to work for him. Umpire says move it on. Goes out to the far side. Long kick from Bennett. North have got the numbers, got the representation, should come away with it, which they do. Chopped off across the back there by Denellen. Diving mark and a good mark taken there by Cam Nicholas. Well done. Nicholas. To change the angle, goes backwards. Probably not the best option, but one he's going to run with the Bennett. Gets it back. Little chip ball. And they move it on nicely, the Bombers. Bennett moves it on by hand. Good running play here from North. Linking up. Getting them up into that wing position almost. But held up there by Longford. That'll be a ball up. So, been a 6-goal quarter, Chris. So, a few minutes to play yet still, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Bucks do battle. Ball down. Dakin loses it. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Jacob Kerr. Kerr just pumps that one long. And that's a really strong mark. Taken across half back there. The Tigers will change the angle. Again, they've done this all day. Murphy has a run. He's going to go back inboard, I reckon. He does. Gives it off by hand. Finds Tootle. Tootle back to Murphy. Bit fumbly back to Tootle. Mucking around with it a bit, the Tigers. Kicks it to the out number, which he probably shouldn't have done. North come away with it. Dangerous position to turn it over. That'll be downfield. Slung him after he got rid of it, did Ethan Hubbard. That's just lazy play. Had the advantage, the Bombers. They'll have an opportunity here to add to their total, but he's chopped that off. Beautiful mark taken there by Kobe Moore. Terrific across half-back Moore. Tootle moves it out.
That's Gray.
Gray goes back inboard. So Casey Brown. Brown moves back inboard to Dakin. Dakin changes the angle again. Got a player working there for him in Curtis. Casey Curtis, the skipper, coach, finds a teammate there in Bennett. Bennett goes to Hubbard. Hubbard sends it long. Thompson, good mark, Isaac Thompson. Moves it on quickly. Player on the lead doesn't quite find him. Tackled without it. Good pressure, Bombers defence. Smart pressure. 4-on-1. Umpire says that's mine. North asking the question, and rightly so. Fletcher Bennett sort of says probably holding the ball. And he's paid a free kick here for dissent on the siren. Fletcher was asking the question. Thought that probably was a free kick, but it will be a free kick now the other way. Right on the siren, number 29, Charlie Taylor. Right in front of us here, Chris.
Yeah, except the roof's in my way. And he skews it to the left. And it's not going to make the distance.
12-8-80 Longford, 1-1-7 Launceston. We'll quickly run through the goal scorers for you. Oliver Chugg with 4, Josh Gray 3, James Hawes 2. The singles to Ethan Hubbard, Casey Brown and Charlie Taylor. Sole goal scorer Elijah Mansell for North Launceston. We will have a short break here and be back with you shortly, but a pretty even quarter there for Longford. 6 goals, 3 to their tally. North Launceston remaining scoreless. So as we head into half-time, Rob Soward, Chris Say here at Longford. Longford 12-8-80, North Launceston 1-1-7. We'll be back with you shortly.
Kicking the ball down to the pocket. It falls in the ground. Fletcher Bennett's in there trying to get the ball out. The umpire says, "No, I'll have it."
No, he's made a high free kick. Played it into him high.
That's Oliver Chugg. And he's kicked the goal, I think.
Yep, no mistake there. Dakin gives it off to Mitchell Bennett. Bennett to open space. Lots of Bombers jumpers around it.
I think it was in the back, wasn't it?
Yeah, just clumsy that occasion, Chris.
Yeah. Taylor shot at goal. It's a good kick, and just touched on the line. So it just touched over. No, it was on the other side of the line.
There's pressure there. Umpires picked out a free kick.
Yeah, in the back.
Plays advantage. He's basically kicked it to the opposition.
That was
and he
does.
And he doesn't. No, just snuck it in. I tell you what.
Must have been close.
Gives it off. Dakin gives it off. Thompson found a player. They just worked it around, Chris, until they found James Hawes all alone. Hawes moves in, strikes it nicely, but it's going to be... I thought that was offline.
No, I think it's a goal.
Snuck it in. Great work, James. Oh, just a timely boot forward there. He had a player ready to pounce. And it's deep in there. We'll kick this from around about 45 metres out. Nice trusty left boot. And a goal to the Tigers. Chris will just keep an eye on that one and give me a number.
Again, I thought I might try to win her back, but I'm all out of confidence. I'm a little nervous about coming back, and every new heartbreak hurts a little more. First one felt like more than I could take, so I hit the ground running.
I'll have to head into the studio, and now that I know that we've got rapping and spitting rhymes, I'll have to give that a bit of a go, Chris. But we're very fortunate today here at Longford to be joined by the Longford Football Club President, Robert Southey Moore. So, Rob, welcome, and thanks for taking a bit of time to have a chat to us today.
No worries.
Look, we always love coming here at Longford. The Country Tigers, the community club that you are. You must be really, really pleased, and we'll start with the team we're dealing with at the moment. You must be really, really pleased with the way your senior sides are quitting themselves this year.
Yeah, definitely. We knew last year was going to be tough coming into the comp with North especially. But we learned a lot, even from the first game last year where we came up against them in round one. And yeah, it's been, it's amazing how quickly things turn around in footy from their side from last year. But yeah, our boys have stepped up. That experience they've got into them last year has really helped, and we've brought in some new players this year, and just that development. And yeah, we're pretty happy with where we're at the moment.
Well, I think it's fair to say, and I did say this, you might not have heard. I know you've been running around doing president things and being busy, but for me, you're a bit of a sleeping giant. I mean, people talk about Launceston. They've been terrific so far. There's not much between you and South, but getting games into some of these guys and the different roles that some of them have. I mean, you mentioned some of your in, so Isaac Thompson, fantastic get for you, class player. But what guys like Isaac and those guys coming in allow you to do, some new roles for some other guys. I mentioned to you off air, your own son, terrific Kobe Moore across the back line. Who are some other players you want to point out to us that are doing some different roles well this year?
Yeah, well, I think our back line has been, our strongest line for a long time. Even when we won the flag in 22, that was our strength. We sort of built from there to go forward. But yeah, we've brought in some young blokes this year, and even some from last year that stepped up. Caden Tootle is only a young fella, still can play 18s, but just he's so composed with the ball. There's not much of him, and he gets a bit of pressure at times, but he's just so calm with the footy. A couple not playing today. Jackson Berwick's a young bloke that stepped up from the 16s and stepped straight into senior footy without too many issues. And Lenny Hazel as well. Like he just we know that he's playing state footy and stuff, but he's only a young kid. But just to see the way that he can just step into senior footy, it's so good for our boys to see, and our young kids to see that too. To see these kids step in and have an impact from the start.
I'll ask you one more question before I throw to my co-commentator Chris Sayer. Now, you and I both sort of, obviously I'm a fair bit older than you, but we grew up in this area and we know what a proud sporting community Longford and this Northern Midlands is. One of the things that stood out to me too, seeing the reserves game earlier today, is the wonderful mix you've got between experience, and I've mentioned the Chug boys and some of these guys, and the younger guys coming through. I mean, what a credit to your club. It must make you really happy to see that.
It really does. Our reserves, won 4 flags in a row not too long ago, and they had that mix. They had a great mix of youth and experience. But yeah, Ben Chug does an amazing job. Like he's the ideal coach to have with those guys. He coaches the 16s as well, so he's had them coming through the boys and had them ready for senior footy pretty much. And he had they've worked from the junior club up to us. But at the moment that mix is so good. We had a lot come up from the 18s last year that have just stepped into the resis, and then you've got like Benny Murph played his 200th club game today, just bleeds yellow and black. As you said, the Chugs, Sam Graham, Yussel Guard. There's a lot of older blokes, but there's a lot of young blokes. Ryder Whitchurch is one in that side that'll play senior footy. You're right. We've got a really good mix and a really good feel around the club at the moment.
That's great, Chris.
This round of the NTFA is for a good cause. Tell us about that.
Yes, the mental health round. We kicked it off last week in its south with Steve Hibbs. It was his idea that both senior groups would get together. They're keen to raise money for their players' trips, so they've been on the march for a while now to get some funds for that. But both senior sides donated $250 last week, so that was really good to get things off and running last week. But yeah, mental health, it's a huge thing, especially with young males, we know. But with everyone in the public, it's such a big thing at the moment. So anything that we can do to raise awareness. As a president of a footy club, you've got a lot of different people to deal with, younger people, older people, but to know that they've got a club, that can be there for them and in those tough times, and I think we're a lot better at that now than probably back in the day. You were talking before about us growing up, but it's not weak to speak up, and we know that now, and the boys know that, and the girls. So really, really proud to be a part of that sort of stuff.
And it's not just footy clubs either. I mean, any sporting club, especially in a town. Longford's not a small town, but a country town. These clubs are important for that, aren't they?
I think definitely, yeah. That's you spend a lot of time here, especially when you're at this level and training 3 nights a week. You've got game day, you've got recovery, so they're with each other for such a long period of time, and to have that support behind you, it's only good for the community.
Yeah, Rob?
I was just going to say, and it's really timely because we've got your Women's Premier League team in just having some refreshments and some lunch at the moment. You've had your challenges this year with that, but one thing Chris and I talked a lot with a call about today, terrific to see the numbers you had here today. And the other thing, despite the challenges you've had in true Longford style, you've confronted them, you've got more people on the track, you've got more people here. It must give you some heart at this stage of the season to see that. Because today, the tenacity, the commitment, even though the scoreboard didn't work for you, just what the girls brought was terrific.
Yeah, and Ivo's done an amazing job. He's worked hard to recruit players. It's not an easy thing to do. It's hard enough to recruit the boys and the men, but the women seem to stick when they're at a club that are going well, and that's fair enough. A lot of clubs have done a lot of work in that area, and we're still relatively new, but we know that things are turning around. We can see our younger players coming through. We're starting to attract a few more players, things are happening, and just to see the excitement today before the game, talking to Ivo, he said, there's a real buzz amongst the group. We've got a couple of new players in. There's that excitement, just the stuff the girls do. There's a core group that run raffles, that work in the kiosk, that just come to the functions. They're a real part of our club now. So it's exciting. We know, we're not quite there yet, but we'll definitely get there the way that we're heading.
Yeah, and I think a challenge, that I always throw out to clubs, and I do it in a really good-natured way. I mean, you've got some terrific young men in your senior team, your reserves team. I mean, they've got partners and sisters and friends and work colleagues. Be good if they brought them along, and full credit to you for what you're doing, Chris.
Yeah, so next week, City Park Radio broadcasting from Scottsdale. It's another country club, and I just love it how it's sort of. I remember the old days of the NTFA. It's for an old timer like me, it's lovely to come out here.
We love going down there. Scottsdale have had their challenges lately, but last week, when we played down there a couple of weeks ago, just to go into those old rooms and look at the old honour boards and to talk to the old timers and stuff. That's what country footy's all about, and. There's still a place for that where we are at the moment, and you're right. Those communities, they're doing it tough down there, but they've still got that club attitude, and they celebrate every little victory.
Yeah. So because I was just thinking too. Over the years, with the statewide league, we broadcast from either York Park or Windsor Park. But it's lovely to go to Deloraine and Scottsdale, these country grounds.
Yeah, and I think obviously. We would love an upgrade for our ground. We've got some goal nets coming that have taken a while to get sorted, but we've got some goal nets coming at the bottom end. But we would love to get an upgrade for our ground. We know that money's not easy to get off councils and governments, but we think this ground's used 12 months a year. It's used for cricket, footy, little aths. We think, that'd be a good investment to get this ground up to a better level. Then you can look at hosting finals and grand finals and stuff. And you're right, the atmosphere that you get at a ground like this, you probably don't get it at some other venues, and
the fact you can park your car around the far, so you won't be able to do that at Devils games.
No, probably not.
No, Rob, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us today, and I will pass on another bit of feedback for you that I did tell your lovely wife down and working hard in the canteen. A great mocker and a great steak sandwich, and as Chris said, it's all part of that. Thank you very much, and as we say, a little bottle of water arrives for us as well. Thank you. Congratulations on what you're doing here with your Tigers. We think you're doing a great job. Wish you well for the rest of the season, and thanks for giving up your time today.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Good on you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you. That's Rob Moore, from the president of the Longford Footy Club. Here at Longford, it's the score is Longford 12-8-80 to North Launceston 117, and we'll cross back the studios. The umpires come back out on the ground, and Longford are already out the ground waiting for North. So back to you, Chris.
Made a lot of half-hearted mistakes, but I worked so hard on this one, gave her my everything. Was a losing battle, so I'm laying down, and every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more.
And of course, we broadcast on 103.7 and 96.5 megahertz. Also, you can listen to us through our the stream in our website, cityparkradio.com, and also the Community Radio Plus app. It's Chris Sayer here with Rob Soward at the Longford sports ground with both teams out on the field, and it's a lovely sunny day, although the wind is a little bit chilly here, and we're just getting ready to restart in the third quarter of this game. Looking at the score from York Park, Hawthorn will just kick the last 8 unanswered goals in a row, so they're only 30 points down. Gee, so it'd be pretty bad for Melbourne if they lose this game. It's although it's quite close to the end of the game, so I don't think Hawthorn are quite going to get there, but they've done well. The North Launceston coaching panel have just walked past us up into the stand here to get a bird's eye view of the game, and we're about to restart the game here with the players taking their positions on the field, with Longford holding a 73-point advantage, but we'll see what North can do in this third quarter and second half. Sun is quite low in the sky, so the goal that North kicking to are going to be kicking right into the sun as the sun sets low in the sky. So they're going to have the sun in their eyes, so it's going to be a bit of a disadvantage for them, for North, but we'll see how they go. We're just waiting for the umpire to toss the ball in the air. There he goes, and there's the siren. We're about to recommence the third quarter here at Longford. The umpire throws it up. Garnis gets the tap down. The ball is kicked off the ground by Garnis up towards their half-forward line. It comes out. It's on the far side of the ground with Longford player was tackled and incorrect disposal on North Launceston. I think it's Don Pitt with the free kick. As I said, he's kicking into the sun, but the ball comes up to the full forward area, just in the very soggy and muddy goal square. And a North player comes out with the ball. And I think that was Josh Boschfeld, number 65, Rob.
Josh Bosveld's getting on the scoreboard there. We're on to 2-1-13. Trailing Longford 12-8-8. Just played a minute, so that's just the sort of start that Alan O'Sine would want, I'm sure, in this last term. So just the sort of start they'd want, Chris.
You picked up the guest's headphones there, Rob.
I might go back to mine.
Okay, go back to yours. All right. Right. Yes, he picked up their guest's headphones. I think you're back on now, Rob.
No, I'm back on. That's doesn't take much to trick me after half time, mate. You've got to turn me around with the different ends we're running. Agnes out of the middle. Does well. The big ruckman taken away there by the Tigers. They're working hard. Bombers player got one high there. High tackle there from Ethan Hubbard. Swung that arm just at the inopportune time and collected his opponent. I think it might be 50, is it? What's the umpire saying about that one?
I think is that Don Pitt up there? Just a free kick.
I was actually just looking the other way. I thought he might have taken that back the other way.
Yeah.
Downfield, I should say.
It's Mav Badcock for North. Just on the centre wing position, about to kick up towards the half-forward line. Jacob Curtin just nearly got the mark, didn't quite get there. Ball lands on the ground, very muddy, soggy ground. Kerr out to Pitt. Pitt kick out to... the two Longford players spoiled each other. Ball's just out from the North Launceston goal. And I reckon the umpire's going to come in and he will want to restart play.
Good start for the Bombers. As I said, didn't really trouble the scorers, and didn't trouble the scorers at all in that second term, but good start in this third term, and they've got it at the right end of the ground for them. Tigers go to move it out more. It does well. Good strength. Pumped out here wide. Diving mark. Good mark taken by Jet Maloney. Maloney got a teammate running past him. Tootle ignores him. Goes back inboard, and that's holding the ball. Great pressure, North Launceston. Terrific work there, Campbell Palmer. Palmer goes inboard. Got Tigers everywhere, though. And that's a strong mark taken there by Jack Denellen. Denellen moves it quickly. Experienced player, Denellen. Launceston played there. Played in the premiership with the Tigers. Gets it back. Goes back inboard. A few premiership players out here today. Pearton goes, finds a teammate there in that's Tootle, the young player, who goes through the hands of Maloney, pushed off the footy, tunnels it out. 2-on-1 here, Tigers, good body. And that's Bombers player, we've called him a few times today, Chris. Campbell Palmer there on that occasion. 2-on-1, so they take the win there, the Bombers, at the outnumber there. Good courage, head over the footy. Boundary throw in on the wing position, Aganis. Off hands. Maloney can't pick it up. Makes the tackle though. Bombers asking for a free kick. I'm not sure what that would be for. Don Pitt asking the question. Going ball up not far from where the other one was a moment ago. Aganis off hands. Clever. He sits. Nicely done on that occasion. That was Hawes. Screwed it round the body. Teammate caught. Murfitt moves it on. Maloney again. He's been busy. This time picks out a Bombers defender. Not his best work. Bombers change the angle. Looking to try and create some spread on that far side. Bennett, beautiful. Hits a target. Nicely done, Bombers. The next kick will be the trick, though. Got a runner going past. It's Bennett. Takes care of business. Long up the wind in front of the scoreboard. Doesn't quite carry where he wants it to go. Heads back inboard. Nicely done. Nice chain here from North. Come undone there at the last minute. Little short kick. Probably needed to go longer.
That was Pitt.
Pitt again. He's been one of their best today. Here's Kerr, Jacob Kerr. The Winnaleer Express finds a teammate, gives it off. Opportunity here for North. It's goalwards and just offline on that occasion. That was Josh Bosveld. Kicked that last goal, Chris. 2-2-14 to 12-8-80. Over to you.
So Longford fullbacks back to kick it out. Back to the far side of the ground. They seem to be favouring that far side, don't they? Probably because they're in the shadow of the trees and they haven't got the sun in their eyes. It's a mark to Ethan Hubbard. Kicks it up towards the wing for Longford. And where are we? Over there. It's another mark to Longford. Plays it on to Lockie Dakin. Down to Longford's half-forward line. They're just slowly making their way forward. Another handball, Dakin out of the pack to a disputed mark, and the umpire says, give it to me. And I'm going to ball it up on Longford's forward pocket. Just not far out from the Longford goal. It's scrambly play. I can see that Fletch Bennett's in there, gets possession of the ball and gets grabbed, can't get rid of it, and the umpire's going to ball it up.
Wind's freshening a little here, Chris.
Yes, you can hear it, can't you?
Hear it through that effects, Mike?
Yep, no, it was out of bounds. So the boundary umpire's going to throw it in on the far side of the ground in Longford's forward pocket. And there's picks it up. The Longford player picks it up. I think it was. Oh, he hit the post. I think it was Dakin. And it's a point to Longford. So North kicks the ball out to the far side of the ground to. Didn't see who that was. He's kicked it back to the full back again. They're doing aerial ping pong. Ball comes out to the Longford half-back line. Lots of burrowing underneath the pack there, and the umpire should blow his whistle when he does.
Bit of push and shoving on the bottom of that stoppage, so it's been a bit pedestrian this quarter. Not much change to the score. Longford adding one behind North Launceston, adding 1-1. So umpire balls it up. just near the wing position. Garnis off hands again. North player underneath it, ridden into the ground. Umpire says play on. It'll be my ball, he says, and he'll ball it up a couple of metres around from the last one. So just players struggling to clear the area here at the moment. Hubbard in there. Pitt in there. Rucks do battle. Off hands. Pitt slips at the crucial time. Toes it forward. Murphy in the headgear. Tackled. I reckon that might be holding the ball. He's lucky that was close to the boundary line because he didn't really make much of an attempt to get rid of it, did he?
It is a North free, though.
Yeah, Lasso.
No. It's a boundary throw-in.
Throw-in, probably on the true wing position. Right near the light of the interchange area there. Throws it in. Garnis over the back. Plucks it out of the air. Deflection. Bombers busy. Lots of bombers around the footy. Kerr, clever. Gives it off. Opportunity here. Quick ball movement. Longford defenders working hard. Towed forward. But Jack Donnellan had his body in the right position there. Shielding the ball from the Bombers player. That's a boundary throw-in. So good start to the Bombers this quarter. Haven't done a lot of damage on the scoreboard, but just much better as far as their pressure and their accountability.
Yes, you can sense an improvement there, can't you?
Yeah, they've certainly lifted their rating. Longford have potentially put the cue in the rack a bit, so I'm sure Coach Casey Curtis, who's just run out onto the ground, will give them a bit of a rev up. He's getting himself involved here in the stoppage. Off hands, goes in Curtis's direction. Bombers around the footy. Again, good tackle pressure from North. Jacob Kerr got hold of that one. Different role this year, playing in the middle. Yeah. Using all of his experience. Premiership player. Ball bobbling around on the ground. Longford player underneath it. North player down in back play. I think he copped one in the midsection.
I think it's Kerr. He's all right, though.
Yeah, he did need to run over him with a bulldozer, I reckon. Kerr, he's tough. Off hands. Deflection. Donnellan tackled underneath it. Kerr off the pack. Bombers defenders holding firm. Kick for touch. Ball stops once it hits the deck. Nice pick up with a wet ball there. Bombers square it up. All Longford underneath it. That's Jack Donnellan. Casey Curtis. Right place, right time. He's got Donnellan next to him. North set up really well here to keep this ball in. Curtis is going to have to kick over the top of that and finds a teammate who takes it pretty easily there. Mitch Bennett. Bennett goes out wide. Got a teammate. Tootle gives it back. 50 metres, is it? Yes. Must have run through the mark. I was watching the play. And the ball got switched. Move it on quickly. Out wide. Got a teammate there. I think that's Headland, is it? No. Ball headed into full forward. And that's a strong mark. Taken by Murfitt. Jake Murfitt.
On the far side of the ground.
Yeah, Jake Murfitt played a stack of footy here. Played in a premiership side. Brother played his 200th game last week. 200th club game. Some reserves and senior and under-19 games in there. Jake Murfitt moves in nicely. And good mark taken, or is that over the line perhaps? Yeah, it is on this occasion. No?
Yes, I think it was, must have been a free kick because it was a clean mark, so yeah, and it's not a point, so it must have been a free.
Must have held him off the ball.
So it comes out to Longford's forward pocket, but North are in possession. He comes back into the square, dangerous kick. The ball's in dispute, it's not a clean mark, and the umpire's called a free to Longford. So
the ball.
And he plays on immediately, kicks it right through the middle. I didn't see who that was because it happened so quickly. He didn't go back for his kick, he just got the ball and played on straight away.
I'm pretty sure that was Oliver Chugg. It's a little bit hard to see here again with those mud on the arms.
Yeah.
Number 29, Charlie Taylor, so that's his second.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ahmed. Our cameraman, he's got that on the camera there and certainly making our job a bit easier. Thank you for that one. So it's Charlie Taylor with his second goal. Tigers move on to 13-9.
We'll have to put him on the books.
Have to put him on the books. Thanks, Ahmed. That's terrific. 13-9-87 to 2-14.
See, Ellen O'Signs come down to the front of the grandstand to get a closer look at his team. He's very keen looking at how his players are going. The ball's back in the middle for a centre throw. The umpires Umpire's thrown it up. It's a scrambly play, but the kick goes from North right up the middle, up and down, but it's a mark to, is that Jet Maloney?
Maloney transfers play to Pearton. Pearton on the left. Got a teammate, picks him out, Headland. Opens up in front of him, Headland, nice kick, got a teammate there, he's on. Holds it up. Now he's got people to kick to, all filled up with bombers though. Yeah. Almost a mark to North on that occasion. Ball comes to ground. Lots of bodies around the footy, swinging a miss there. That was Dakin. Gives it off. Opportunity, screws it around the body. What will the bounce do? Thomas keeps it in. That's dangerous place to do that. Probably let it go through, I reckon. And that's this time. Happy to see it over the line. So the enthusiasm of keeping the play moving, Chris, almost led to a disaster.
Yes, it did. But I guess they're taking risks. I'm sure the coach doesn't mind them taking risks. Ball comes back out. North takes a mark over on the far wing. He plays on and kicks the ball down to North's half-forward line on the far side again. It's scrambly play there, but not Longford player is keeping possession and trying to keep the ball away from North, but he's under the pump. He managed to get the ball up to another contest, but the ball comes out and that's nicely played from Longford, who nice long kick right up into the forward square, and it's just gone through for the point. That could have been a goal kick from the half-forward line, but it just...
I'm just checking some other scores for our listeners. You called it earlier, Chris. Our colleague Dave Gruber won't be happy. Our other colleague Matt Donaldson will. Melbourne 125, Hawthorn 90. And in a bit of a boil-over, the Giants lead by 33 at Manuka Oval in Canberra over Fremantle.
Melbourne will be disappointed with that because they were a long way in front. So they let the Hawks back in that game, but they still got the points. So back here at Longford, we were in the middle of the ground with a disputed ball, and the umpire wants to restart play. And there's a whistle on the play, and I don't know what that was for, but it's going to North. He handballs straight away, and I don't know. The umpire is doing a lot of whistling out there, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I think he just
it's back to North.
It's back over the mark, I'd say. That's the situation. I'll go through some other scores for you shortly. Bombers change the angle. Dangerous kick, but nice, it's okay. Good mark taken there by Zach Martin. Martin moves it out. He's got teammates on here. I think that's Pitt. Moves it on quickly. Teammate there in Bosveld. Bosveld goes for home. Well, ball just hits the deck and stops. Longford player over it. Wants to be careful. Opportunity here for North. Torps it. He'll be out on the full. So,
hits the behind post.
Promising foray there. Spiral torpedo. You don't usually see those from that distance. I think had a little bit more time than we thought. Now they've given a 50 metre away for running over the mark. So, that's a bit of inexperience there. Moore just pumps it long. The breeze is freshening.
Nice mark.
Strong mark taken there. Sets Maloney a task he wasn't expecting to get it.
Mark was by Casey Brown.
Lloyd heads it back in board. Strong mark taken there. I think that's Josh Thompson. It is. Pushed him forward, Thompson. But Jacob Kerr tagging him, which again, Tomo would expect that, I'd imagine, each week. This week, Jacob Kerr got the job. Isaac Thompson missed an easier shot earlier. See if he can get himself on the scoreboard in a positive way. Ball doesn't come back. It stays right. They move on to 13-12-90. A quick score check, Chris, while we're waiting for this one to come back in. Nothing groundbreaking to share, though. Launceston 133, Deloraine 6, and South Launceston 81, Scottsdale 17. In the other Premier League games today, I'll go through the Div 1s for you shortly.
So the ball's come out from Longford's goal, and it's and it's been marked by it's a goal. I think it's a goal, Rob. Yes, it's a goal.
It is a goal. I didn't see who kicked it.
No, I'm just trying to wait for him to turn around. It might be Oliver Chugg, but I'm not sure because it's right up the far end of the ground. But it's another goal to Longford. Takes them to 14-12-96 to 2-2-14.
We'll put it down to the Chug unless we're corrected otherwise. Quick score check around the Div 1 games. Currently, Chris, Old Launcestonian 64, defeated Hillwood 57. Brisnorth 133, defeated Georgetown 3. That's the final score there. Old Scotch and Bracknell 66-43 to the Scotchmen. And St Pat's and Lilydale just waiting on a score there.
So the ball's up in the middle. It's a scramble of play, but Longford come out with the ball. The umpires whistle, but they play on. With Longford coming down to the half-forward line, and there's a whistle on play. Looks like a Longford mark, I think, from is that Donovan? It's not only long far away, but it's getting dark. The sun's just gone behind a cloud. It kicks it into the man on the mark. So
certainly difficult viewing conditions here with that light changing. Longford player upended. I think that one's gone through.
That was Casey Brown.
Well, just upended as he kicked it, Brown, and made no mistake with that one. Another one to the Tigers. We'll bring up the 100. Just waiting for the goal umpire to finish doing his thing on the scoreboard. 15-12-102 to North Launceston 2-2-14. Just ticked over 20 minutes here in term number 3. So they've added 3 this quarter, the Tigers. North Launceston 1-1. So after a slow start for Longford, they've certainly added a couple more to their tally.
Yes, the sun's gone behind a cloud and it's quite dark here now, but I'm sure the sun will come out very shortly when it travels through the sky. It's in the middle of the ground now. North wants their possession. They get a scramble kick forward. They're falling over in the mud, slipping and a sliding, to quote a Paul Simon song. And the ball's in dispute. The umpire should blow his whistle, and he does. And he wants to grab the ball and restart play. Throws it up in the air. Longford across the half-back line. The ball comes out our way. Nice kick. Just misses the mark there from... look, these players are covered in mud. You can't see their numbers at all.
Ball goes back inboard. Tigers come away with it through the hands. Dakin gives it off. Good mark there. Move it forward quickly. Longford, they've got men out everywhere. Just need to keep the ball moving. Brown tackled, breaks the tackle, steps out of it. Ugly looking kick across his body. Bucks a fortune though. It sits. Longford player caught. Great tackle. Holding the ball, North Launceston. Great pressure. Well done, Coach O'Sign. Just goes past us. Heading down to speak to his troops. Opportunity here. North Launceston far side the ground. That's a great rundown tackle there. Will be in the highlights, I'm sure, when they review the game this week. Bombers move it on quickly. Nice bit of work from them now, and they're linking up. That's good. Strong presence up forward. Oh, player slips at the crucial time. Could have led to something there. Oh, ball just doesn't quite sit for them. I think that's Pitt underneath that. He's got Murphy on top of him. Umpire says that's mine. About 30 metres out. Played 22 and a half minutes here. Robs out Chris Sayer at Longford. 15-12-102, 2-2-14, North Launceston. So the margin not the issue, just the way this finishes. That looked like a throw. Play on's a call. It was young Lockie Dakin. I know his old high school coach wouldn't have liked that because that was me. Ooh. I wouldn't have taught him to handball like that. Great player here for the Tigers, Lockie Dakin.
He get away with it, surely.
Absolutely, he did get away with it, so it worked out okay for him. Free kick here at half-back to Longford. Not sure how long we'll have to go. It hasn't been a 4-goal quarter, so can't imagine there's a mountain of time oncoming. Denellen goes inboard, looks for a teammate, can't find him. They're mucking around with it a bit here, Longford. Steps through the tackle. Again, overdoes it, does more.
Kobe Moore.
Ball comes back from
Kerr.
Just offline.
Just missed it.
So he deserved a goal there. Chris, they were mucking around with it, and they really needed to clear the area.
Yes. So North were probably lucky to get away with that, but that was a point to Longford, and that was out of bounds on the full. So now it's a free kick to Lockie Mitchell for North. Does a nice little short pass, and it's a nice grab there to Josh Bosveld. He's deep in North's forward pocket. He's sort of kicking away from the sun. If he was in the other pocket, he'd have the sun in his eyes, but he's in the other pocket, so he's got a good view of the goals, and we've got a good view of it, Rob.
Right behind, and then on the siren.
Right behind.
This is that one you're doing when you're a little kid, isn't it, where you're kicking for goal after the siren to win the premiership. So we'll see.
So this is Josh Bosveld taking a deliberate shot at goal, probably about 20 metres out, sharp angle. We're right behind it, comes off the boot, and it's not going to score at all. Out of bounds on the full. So at 3/4 time, it's Longford 15-12, 102. To North Launceston, 2 goals, 3-15 with that point to Bosveld. So a little bit better from North, although it didn't look like it on the scoreboard, did it?
No, they raised their intensity and their level, that's for sure. And good early start, kicked that early goal. Certainly the pressure was there from North. I'm sure their coaching panel would make mention of that. But as far as on the scoreboard, a 3-goal 4-quarter to Longford versus 1-2 to North. So we'll quickly go through the goal scorers. We've given that last goal to Oliver Chugg. We'll check that. So Ollie Chugg 5, 3 to Josh Gray, 2 to James Hawes, 2 to Casey Brown, singles to Ethan Hubbard, and 2 to Charlie Taylor. I missed him. North Launceston, Elian Mansell and Joshua Bosveld with singles there. So we'll leave you here at the moment. At Longford, Rob Soward, Chris Sayer, 15-12, 102 Longford, 2-3-15 North. We'll be back with you shortly.
Ball's come out from Longford's goal, and it's been marked by it's a goal.
Certainly difficult viewing conditions here with that light changing. Longford player upended. I think that one's gone through.
That was Casey Brown.
Well, just
And we're out here at Longford for the Longford North Launceston game. Quick look at the AFL, and the Giants have just ended Fremantle's unbeaten run. The Giants have beaten Fremantle by 21 points in Canberra. And here at Longford, it's Longford well in command, 102 points to 15 at three-quarter time. And as the sun sets low in the sky, they've turned the lights on here at Longford. Hardly the lights of Ewing Park, I've got to say. They'll help a little bit, but it's still quite dark. And of course, with the sun setting, it's become quite chilly. You can probably hear the wind in our microphones here. Is the wind? It's not a howling gale, but it's a chilly breeze, and it's enough to really cool it down and just influence the play by a little bit down on the ground. Longford is still in the huddle. They're just dispersing now, while North are heading off to their positions to begin this last quarter here at Longford. And it's a relatively small crowd. There's a raging fire pit over at the bar at near the Longford bench over there. So a lot of people around the log fire there to keep warm, but we're just getting ready to commence the last quarter here at Longford. And Rob, I was just telling the folks that the Giants have beaten Fremantle, so they've ended Fremantle's long run.
Not a bad loss if you're looking at the course of the season.
That's right. And the lights are on, believe it or not.
It's no surprise, is it? We were talking about how dark it had got. The ball's gone up. Garnis, umpire's picked out a free kick. It'll be going Longford's way. Given off quickly. Headland goes by foot, and a nice mark taken there at full extension. Good job, Tigers moving on quickly. Maloney got a target, finds him, Dakin.
That was a nice mark.
It was.
Lead as well.
Presented well, Lockie Dakin on that occasion. Got in front of his opponent. And again, that's the sort of stuff coaches like to see. They'll be looking to finish this off strongly, the Tigers. They've been a bit scratchy today, notwithstanding the scoreboard. It's not just about that.
And that pass came from Jet Maloney. It was a nice kick.
Dakin moves in, straight in front. Rusty looking kick, but I think it's going to be all right.
Yeah, yes.
He's got there. The one bit of a clumsy ball drop. But Lockie Dakin on the scoreboard there at full extension. Got the start they wanted. Good job, Tigers moving on. Pop through the clouds here at Longford. Things are cool. Did a bit of a dash to the car at three-quarter time, Chris. 16-12, 108 Longford, and North Launceston 2-3, 15. Minute gone here at Longford. The other NTFA games, we won't revisit the scores just yet. They're all pretty one-sided, as we sort of said at the outset here today. Top three versus bottom three.
I can tell you Launceston 170 to the Lorraine 1 goal, and Scottsdale 25 to South 88 points. So all the games are fairly one-sided for this round of the NTFA.
Top three versus bottom three. So bit of daylight there.
So the ball's back in the middle with a disputed ball, and the umpire tosses it up again. The Longford player there in Isaac Thompson gets the ball out. Ball comes down right here in front of us, and it goes over the line for a... Is it a lasso, is it?
I didn't see the signal, but it looks like a boundary throw-in,
yes,
I think.
It does.
They're just conferring now in front of us. Boundary throw-in, the umpire's not too sure there, but we've got a beautiful view of it.
Yeah.
Rucks are about to do battle. Boundary throw-in right in front of us. Great to be... good if they played the game over here the whole time, make our life a bit easier. Funneled out quickly to Hubbard. Nice little chip kick.
Nice, smart.
And well taken there by, that's Caden Tootle, whose numbers are absolutely obscured for us here.
But I think it is a 2 underneath that mud.
And it's mark taken there by number 13, Casey Brown.
And he's about, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. And he's going to have a deliberate shot at goal. That ball must be pretty heavy now by the end of the towards the end of the game. So we'll see if he can make distance. He should do. It's a lovely kick. And it is a beautiful kick. How dare I doubt him, Rob? See, that was a lovely kick with a really heavy ball, and Longford get another goal.
Yeah, just to start, they'd want this last term, 2 in a couple of minutes. Move on to 17, 12, 1, 14, North Launceston 2, 3, 15. So from a North Launceston perspective, what they will want is just to finish this quarter off, with some real positive signs. As Chris said earlier, third quarter there was, the pressure levels were up. There were some really good signs, but 2 goals in 3 minutes, just not what they would have wanted. That's for sure, Chris.
No. So North have started this last quarter, not how they would have liked. Ball goes up in the middle, and no real winner from the ruckman. Kicked off the ground towards Longford's, North Launceston's goal, but it's still quite scrambling in the middle. I'm just waiting for the umpire to blow his whistle, but he's waiting for the ball to come out, and it has. So it's come down towards Longford's half-forward line. Now he blows the whistle with a... he's going to just ball it up again on Longford's half-forward line. Aganis is there to take the tap. No clear winner. Aganis gets the handball out, but it's intercepted. He was trying to get Jacob Kerr, but he was intercepted. And that's a North interception.
Harrison Sheeran with a strong mark.
Yes.
Not only does he make the footballs, he marks them as well. Ball comes out wide. Opportunity here for Martin. Zach Martin underneath it. Like he's been most of the day. Teammate held up there. Longford shutting that one down very quickly there. Caden Tootle involved. Young player having a good game, representing himself well. Again, it's off hands. Kerr tries to take it away, toes it out. Opportunity here for North. That was Payne. Ball in dispute in the middle. Maloney fires it out to Headland. Got runners on the outside. Janellen hits up his target. Nice. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Really nice. That's Oliver Chugg.
Chugg, little chip kick. He's an absolute handful up there, Oliver Chugg.
That's Hawes, I think.
That's Hawes here now. So one of the things we've talked about today, and of course, multiple avenues to goal is so important for any team, and Longford have certainly shown that today. They've got multiple goal avenues, different looks they can give sides, which is one of the reasons why they're right in the mix for the flag this year. Beautiful shot on goal, and Hawes has converted that one, Chris.
Yes, he has.
So that's his third for the day, and again, we're just quickly looking through the scorers. So we've got Gray, Hawes, Brown and Taylor all on 3. Chris did some detective work at 3/4 time. We thought that might have been Oliver Chugg that added his 5th. It wasn't. It was actually Charlie Taylor who had added his 3rd. So 18, 12, 1, 20. North Launceston 2, 3, 15. So it's been all long for this quarter, Chris.
It has so far, and I think North would like to at least get some of the ball up to their end, at least give their forwards some run around to keep warm. Yeah, they're certainly getting hypothermia up there at the moment. It certainly hasn't been up that end of the ground. Not going up there at the moment. Aganis takes it out of the middle, then boots it forward. But Longford have got runners everywhere here. Opportunity. Player dragged as he kicked it. Oh, no. Defender Bennett drops the mark, and that's Chugg. Makes no mistake. I think that's his 5th, Oliver Chugg. And Bennett's really angry with himself. It was... I don't think he should blame himself, because the ball would be pretty heavy and it was an awkward mark to take, and he just missed it.
Yeah, it was, and it was an awkward position too, because even though they had the outnumber, they probably didn't have the position. I think you mentioned how heavy the ball was. Just the way it fell seemed to surprise them, and Chugg pounced and got his 5th for the day. So they've stretched that lead out now to 111 points, and again, they've finished this game full of running. So 4 goals in 7 minutes, Chris. Certainly what Coach Casey Curtis would want to see.
Yeah, the ball's up in the middle again, and Longford just tries to get the kick out. There's been a lot of kicking off the ground in this game today. That was Don Pitt just trying to get the handball out, but the umpire blows his whistle, and it's a free kick to
Jacob Kerr.
Jacob Kerr, yes. The ball goes out to the far side of the ground across North's halfback line. And that's a mark to Fletcher Bennett. Bennett comes in, board to Kerr. Still along across the halfback line. Kerr does a short pass up to the middle of the ground, nearly on the cricket pitch. That was Bennett again, so he's run forward, but his kick is a direct pass to a Longford backman. He comes out to the near side of the ground along the flank there. Ball to dispute. The ball just goes over the line and it's out of bounds.
Just one of the things, Chris, I mean, you called that beautifully. Bennett did make the mistake and turned it over, but the thing that I'm sure Coach O'Sine will show his young team when they review some of this footage is what Fletcher did then in terms of he ran to 3 contests. So, you know, the turnover was there at the end, unfortunately, but certainly taking the game on and just that work rate. So his young teammates have got to learn. That's the way you get things done. Great tackle on Jacob Kerr then. That's holding the ball. And Pearton will have the relieving free kick. Connor Pearton looking to survey the situation, see what's in front of him. Pearton just goes long down the line and he's kicked that straight to Fletcher Bennett. Bennett changes the angle, goes back inboard. He's got Zach Martin. Probably go back inboard himself. Finds Dom Pitt. It's a play on. Got a runner past him in Bennett. Bennett's going to run into strife there. Mate, in Sheehan, that's holding the ball. Great tackle. Longford in attack. Got men out everywhere. Chug. Joe the Goose over the top. No problems at all there. Goal to William Dakin.
That's just inexperience, really, from North, wasn't it?
It was. And probably, if you're being really critical, a bit of overuse when you didn't need to overuse it. I mean, dry day, you know, fresh ball, yeah, maybe. It's a heavy ball, sticky ground, and you saw too with Isaac Chug, you know, just how clever he was in getting that. And Dakin ran through for him and kicked the goal.
So Longford 20 goals, 12, 132. North Launceston still stuck on 2-3-15 was their 3/4 time score. And the ball's back in the middle. Umpire tells the players where he's going to run backwards, and he does, throws the ball up. Garnis gets the tap again, and he gets the ball back from his rover and he kicks it out towards Longford's half-forward line. Lovely chain of handballs to Longford. Good defence there from North to spoil, but of course the ball comes to the ground and it's a point.
Just a point. I think that was Charlie Taylor,
yeah.
Chris, just with that snap.
Yeah. Bennett from fullback kicks the ball out to the far pocket. North, a short kick out there to the far half-back line, but Garnis is in the way, big tall player, and he outmarks his opponent. Got the ball, got the mark at towards centre wing, kicks it into the centre of the ground to a Longford player all on his own. He kicks it to another Longford player across the ground on his own as well. They're just playing keepings off here. Waiting for an opportunity to come in. Longford players on their own. See, they're just not being manned up, are they? No, that was an intercept mark there from Isaac Smedley for North across the half-back line. Handballs it to Fletcher Bennett coming past. Bennett was aiming for one of his teammates, and the Longford intercept mark.
So moved on quickly. That's Casey Curtis, Jack Denellen, old hands there. Through the hands of Murphy. Speaking of old hands, Murphy goes long to the square. I reckon, yeah, he's going to pay it the other way, and I think that's a fair call. There was some interference off the footy there. Longford fans not happy with it. You might have heard that through your fix, Mike, but there was some off-the-ball work there.
That was Zach Martin.
And Harper Sheehan takes the mark. He's got Martin working for him. Martin's run into a whole heap of trouble here. Ball stripped. Martin butters up though, follows up, moves on quickly. Sharon Goes back inboard. Dom Pitt, one of the best today for the Bombers. Changes the angle. Got a teammate there in the middle. Number 29, Mav Badcock. Mav's the call. Mav goes backwards. He's sought out Fletcher Bennett. Doesn't quite sit for him. Bennett slips over as his pocket almost picked there by his Longford opponent. Lots of numbers get over there to help him out though, thankfully. Again, a bit of a learning experience there for Badcock. Bennett wasn't really ready for that one. Tigers trying to keep it in. Opportunity here. Thompson, clever. Picks a teammate out beautifully. Beautifully done, Isaac Thompson. And again, a coaching lesson here, Chris. I've got my old coach's hat on. He could have blazed away there, Thompson, but he's picked his teammate out in a better position in Josh Gray. So
and it was just the distance too, wasn't it?
It was just the distance, absolutely.
It's Josh Gray. Dead in front, right on the end of the square. Just a nice little lolly drop over the umpire's head, and the umpire says it's a major.
It's his fourth. Josh Gray.
Yes, I think if you were still a coach, Rob, you'd be happy with that.
I'd be very happy with that. It's just a thing you like to see in the side. I mean, it's not so much about the scoreboard, but just the things they do. So Thompson could have blazed away then. I mean, they're 15, 16, 18 goals up, and no, he picks the teammate out in the better position. So that's why he's one of the elite players in the competition. Isaac Thompson.
Yep. So the ball's back in the middle. The sun is really low in the sky now, so kicking towards the Longford end, will be kicking well into the sun. Ball goes up in the middle though, and Longford comes out of the middle again. Chain of handballs, beautiful pinpoint accuracy with the handballs. That was. Can you see that one? That was a really quick goal, Rob.
It was. It was Ethan Hubbard.
Ethan Hubbard.
Yeah,
it just was at the end of the chain of handballs coming out of the middle, and he had plenty of time to just keep running, line up the goals, put the ball on the boot, and another goal.
Yeah, and he did make that mistake, but thankfully it didn't punish him. Trying to bounce a ball on a wet day on a sticky surface, it just sort of stuck like a pancake.
Yeah, it did.
But he had time to gather it and then put it on goal for his second goal of the day. 22-13, 145 Longford, North Launceston 2-3-15. And as we said, Chris, off air, we thought this might happen in the last term, that the Bombers would run out of steam.
Yeah, it's not what Alan O'Sign would like to see, would it? But so the ball's back in the middle, in dispute. Again, there's no clear winner, and the umpire wants to come in, take the ball, and restart play again. In the middle of the ground, Garnis takes the ball out of the air and kicks it forward with just a mark to Charlie Taylor, isn't it?
Oliver Chug.
Is it? And he kicks it up to the goal square for Longford. North trying to get the ball out. The ball smothered, and it goes over the line in Longford's forward pocket for a boundary throw-in back in front of Longford's goal, where the ball has been for the last 10 minutes, I would suggest. The boundary umpire throws the ball in. The North player, and I think it was, it's Jacob Kerr now with the ball, kicks the ball up to the centre of the ground, but it's all Longford. It's just all Longford, and they just keep coming back to a mark to Jake Murphy, shielding his eyes against the sun. He's just kicking on the 50-metre arc, goes into the middle, ball's punched down with James Hawes there in the contest, but North trying to get the ball out. It's on the half-forward line, just on the 50-metre arc here, right in front of us. It's almost Donovan free kick, but he gets away with it. But the ball comes into Josh Gray. He goes for a short pass into the the Longford player with a dirty jumper and the long sleeves.
I was going to say he's got a few mates. I think it's Lloyd. I'm not quite sure. There's we've got
Jacob Kerr.
Jacob Kerr will have the relieving free kick. So I'll go back to a message I just got there in a moment. Chris, number 24, moving it on there. Blake Payne. Got a teammate out there. Getting dark here at Longford at the moment.
Yes.
Nice short ball there. They're working it forward nicely, the Bombers. Next kick will be the trick, though. Through the hands. Nicely done, Don Pitt. What's he got in front of him? Pitt goes short. Almost chopped off there by the Longford defender. Nice long kick into the forward line. So we'll see what they can do. And that's a strong mark taken there by the North Launceston player. Come to who that is in a moment. I just got a message from Matt Donaldson. Chris, he's enjoying the call and he's very, very happy on his way home from that D's win.
I bet he is. It's Isaac Smedley with the mark just on the 50-metre arc for North Launceston.
Good strong mark too from Smedley.
Slight angle, but he'll kick from 50, just inside 50. So we'll see if he makes the distance. Yes, I bet Matt would be happy.
Not often you see the Hawks lower their colours at your park either. Moves into Smedley, strikes it nicely. Ball won't quite get the trip. Off hands, bobbling around. Will it go through? It does. Taken over by Murfitt. So that's 2-4-16 North Launceston, 22-13, 145 Longford. So Matt'd be having a bit of a different trip home than Dave Gruber, I'm sure. Dave, I'm sure, wouldn't have got out of bed this morning thinking he'd see that massive margin was reduced to a 5-goal one by the end. And alternatively, I'm sure Matt was delighted to see his D's live and do some terrific stuff under their new coach, Stephen King.
On the far side of the ground, that was Josh Gray for Longford getting the ball out and kicking it forward. And that's a nice mark there to Oliver Chugg in the middle. Coming down to the half-forward line, lovely chain of handballs, which ends up with, and it's a point. That was, I
think it was James Hawes, I think.
Yeah.
He's been busy today. He's got 3. 20 minutes and 30 seconds gone here. There'll be a bit of time on, I'd imagine, because Longford have kicked 7 goals to none this quarter. The only addition to the North Launceston three-quarter time score was that behind a moment ago that Murfitt took through. So if you're looking at it from a coach's perspective, you'd certainly be stoked if you're Longford with this last quarter effort. As I said, I'm sure Casey Curtis would say to us, Chris, if you were down there interviewing him, it's been a bit scratchy at times today. Alan O'Sine, I'm sure, would have been pleased with that third quarter effort.
Yeah.
But it's always hard when you're a young, developing team and you're playing against some more seasoned. There's premiership players out here in this Longford side from a couple of seasons ago when they won the Division 1, as it was then, premiership.
Yeah. So it is getting really dark. It's hard to see across the far side of the ground. The lights aren't really doing much, are they?
No. No, I'm thinking who they beat. I think they might have beat Rochalee that night. I'm just trying to remember who it was. I could be wrong. I know Rochalee came out and beat Hillwood the next year. I'm just not just thinking who that might have been that they beat. I'll see if it comes to me, but I'm pretty sure it was. No, it was, because I do remember calling the game, and I think I said at the outset when I had to do my tip that the Tigers would win. So there we go. Back through the middle. Chain of handballs. Murphy gives it off now. Thompson goes short. Got a teammate there in Maloney.
Yep, Jet Maloney's got the ball just inside the 50-metre arc. He goes for a short pass to... is that to goal? It's... wasn't Casey Curtis, was it?
Could have been Casey Curtis. I'm seeing him high-fiving, running back towards the middle there.
Okay.
Just watching what was happening in back play there. There was a little bit of pushy and shovey stuff going on, and I missed the goal, but it was Curtis that kicked that one. So 23-14, 152 Longford, 2-4-16 the North Launceston Bombers. That wind Arctic-like here in the grandstand. A good crowd of locals here enjoying the Longford efforts.
Yeah, get any idea for your 3-2-1, Rob?
I'll have to give that a bit of thought because we're going to run out of time here shortly. So I'll give that some thought, Chris.
So the ball's come out from the centre square now. It's up on North's half-forward line. The umpire has called for a free kick to North. I think it's to Lockie Mitchell. No, it's Leighton Davey for North. So he comes back to kicks into the man on the mark. It's bad luck. It's got too close. Longford have possession and they come out through Jet Maloney out to the wing, and North are trying to chase the ball with all these Longford players on their own. The ball comes right down to the
holding free kick on Oliver Chugg against Oliver Chugg.
And Fletcher Bennett took the mark fair and square, thought he was going to play on up the ground, and he just has to stop and give the ball back. So it's another scoring opportunity for Longford. And it is a bit of a blowout here in the last quarter. The umpire goes around to the right, so it's a point. Another behind to Longford. So Bennett kicks the ball out from fullback up to the 50-metre line. A nice mark there to Foon, and Foon plays on, kicks the ball up to the centre of the ground. Longford are trying to wrest the ball away from North, and it is a free kick to North, to Badcock. Badcock kicks it right up into towards the goal, but it's an intercept mark to Longford, and they're going to send it back. So dark I can't see who that player.
Kobe Moore, I think that was. He's kicked that out to Thompson. Thompson clever off one leg. Thompson. Been a bit quieter today by his standards, but they had run a tag on him early on with Jacob Kerr. Jacob Kerr, I think he's been one of North's best today. He's certainly been a four-quarter player, that's for sure.
Yep, he's just come off the ground for a spell, so he probably would appreciate it, resting his weary legs after a big day on the footy ground.
Murphy trying to track that down, does so. Tackled, caught, holding the ball. Great chase. Now that's something that Alan O'Sine will be showing his players, I'm sure, on their game review, because you're down by 140 points, and you've got guys chasing and tackling in the death of night just before the full-time siren goes. So he's going to go back. He's not been one of the worst today. I think that's Tyler Gardner, I think that is. It's a little bit hard to see the number from here with the mud and the gloom. Siren's gone, so we'll wait and see what impact this has on the final score. Moves in, strikes it nicely, and kicks a goal.
Yeah, nicely done.
So just the finish you would want. I'm pretty sure that was Tyler Gardner. Like I said, a little bit hard to see. It was either 25 or 35. Either William Foon or Tyler Gardner. We'll say Tyler Gardner until corrected otherwise. So final score here at Longford. Just waiting for the magic scoreboard to tell us it's 23, 15, 1, 53. North Launceston 3-4-22. We'll quickly go through the goal scorers.
Well, I'll do that if you want to work on your 3-2-1.
Yep.
So Oliver Chugg kicked 5 for Longford. Charlie Taylor kicked 3. Casey Brown kicked 3. Dakin and Curtis 1 each. Lockie Dakin kicked 2. And William Dakin kicked 1 as well. So 2 to Ethan Hubbard, 3 to James Halls, and 4 to Josh Gray. So a lot of multiple goal kickers there for Longford. And for North, Mansell 1, Tyler Gardner 1, and Bosfeld 1. So a nice haul for Oliver Chugg, 5 goals. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Thank you, Ahmed.
And
number 65, Ahmed's told us. That was Josh Bosveld. Thank you, Ahmed. So,
right.
Chris, 3, 2 and 1.
Yes.
But if I was, I guess, and I'd be interested in what you think of this. I think it was a very, very even Longford team effort. We didn't, have someone who dominated with 40 possessions or scruffed the game by the neck. But I guess when I do the 3, 2 and 1, I'm going to give one vote to Josh Gray. I thought a good 4-quarter effort from him, 4 goals, and involved in setting up some others, which I thought was terrific. I've given 2 votes to Lachlan Dakin, 2 goals, and again gave them a lot around the ground with his on-ball use. And I've done something that doesn't often happen these days in football with a forward. I've given 3 votes to Oliver Chugg because I felt that not only did he kick 5 goals, he was an ever-present threat up there, both in terms of as a target, but also as someone creating something for someone else.
Yes,
so,
I would agree.
Again, a tough one. Like I said, it was a pretty even team effort from the Tigers, but 1 vote to Josh Gray, 2 votes to Lachlan Dakin, and 3 votes to the Michelle Pfeiffer, as you said, Oliver Chugg with his 5 goals. So, been an absolute pleasure, Chris, to have you up here on the desk. We normally have you doing a wonderful job on the boundary line, so thank you for joining us.
It is a different view up here, of course.
It is a different view.
Next week we're out at Longford. We're at Longford now. We're out of Scottsdale with the return of the great man. So
well, it's a bit like I've been subbed out. Foz is back, which is great to welcome him back, and I look forward to catching up with you guys down the track in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, so thanks, Rob, for that. Thanks to Chris Ball back in the studio. Just finally, again, the score here at Longford, 23-15, 153 to North Launceston, 3 goals for 22. And we bid you a good night here from City Park Radio. Back to the studio.